Hey, what is up, guys? It is your boy, TheFearRaiser, or Jordan, here today bringing you another story, guys. This is probably one of the most awkward dating stories I think I've ever told or will tell to you guys, and it involves a bit of Tinder. Yeah, that's right, a bit of Tinder and a bit of a meetup over a coffee date. I'll get more into detail, but however, first I must quickly say, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We're close to 1 million. We're gonna hit 1 million so soon. We're so freaking close, guys. It'd be super awesome to hit that. And also, if you don't already do so, you should totally follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. All of that links down in the description below, you know, at TheFearRaiser, at TFRJordan. And of course, subscribe to TFR Games. I know I haven't been super active over there, but it's because I'm actually in Seattle right now when this video goes live. I'm attending PAX West, which is super exciting. Never been to one before. So, as you can imagine, I am quite excited to be a part of that and have a good time. And who knows, maybe I'll hit 1 million while I'm in Seattle. That would be pretty cool. But with that being said, I can't speak right now. With that being said, though, guys, that's all I really needed to say. So, without further ado, I just want to get right into this story. So, guys, this is a story that took place way back, a good few months ago now. Couldn't give you an exact date or time, but it was definitely, I want to say, March? It was definitely like March, April. And okay, I'll be real. I'm not gonna try and dull this down or try to like beat around the bush here. I was on Tinder, and there was this girl that I had matched with, right? So I'm gonna say this now. You know, people have a weird stigma with Tinder. I get it. Honestly, I've met a lot of great people who are couples and they met over Tinder, as weird as it sounds, and they're doing great. So honestly, I get it. There's a stigma. It's all about your values and stuff. I personally would rather meet a girl in person and stuff, but Tinder is still a way to meet great people if you're obviously, you know, old enough. I'm not trying to promote the app here, just trying to, you know, clear the stigma out in the open about it. So anyways, you know, I'm single and I was on Tinder and I matched with this girl who I happen to think was really cute, and I'm like, hey, this is cool. So we were talking back and forth, and you know, she seemed really nice. Like, the way she was talking over her texts were really genuine and cool, and she was actually like responding and actually putting time into the conversation. So I'm like, hey, you know, I guess, you know, we're both kind of clicking here. Obviously it's over text and not in person, but things seem to be going well. So I had initiated the question of saying, hey, let's meet up. Let's go for coffee or something. And at the time, she was saying, yeah, she's down, but she was busy the week I asked. I believe I asked on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. So she's like, yeah, I'm a little busy right now. You know, she was doing like work and stuff. And she's like, would you be free next Tuesday? And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. So if you didn't know, this was the first time I had ever done anything like this. That's right, I've never had met up with a chick through Tinder, ever. This was like so new to me. And as you can tell, I had a lot of like anxiety about it. I was like, man, this is weird, like we never met each other. It's like the thing about Tinder that's so strange. Like, you match with somebody who thinks that is attracted to you, and you're attracted to them physically, but like if you don't mix well, like chemistry, then there's nothing there. So I was really just unsure about the whole situation, and as the week went by, you know, I was hearing less and less from this girl, and I was also texting less because I was doing my own thing, and things got a little quiet. So come Tuesday, I was like, you know, I'm gonna wait to see if I hear from her, and I didn't. So I was like, whatever, I don't care, like, this is Tinder, whatever. So then a couple of days later, there was a night I came home, you know, I was in a bad mood. I was like, you know what, like, I'm just not doing great right now. And I was on my phone looking down, and I went on Tinder, and I'm looking at the conversations me and this girl had, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna say something. And I messaged her. I was like, hey, you know, sorry if I haven't been saying a whole lot, I've been busy, you know, I'm sure you've been busy too, blah blah blah. And then she replied saying like, oh, she was so sorry too, and all this stuff. And then she was just like, did you still want to meet up? And I'm just like, oh man, like she's still down. Okay. So anyways, I was looking at my phone. I remember this was like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just like, do I do this? And I was like, yeah, let's meet up. And she's like, are you free tomorrow? And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be like in like 12 hours from now. But I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm free. So we planned to meet up, and thus the real life meetup began. So I wake up, I get ready, I go out, I meet this girl downtown. This is where things start to get pretty uncomfortable. So I went to like a Starbucks or something, and I sat down, and I was just like, hey, I'm here, let's meet up here. And she was kind of late, which was cool, I don't really care. But then came the interaction. She walked down the road, and we met up. I was extremely uncomfortable, and she kind of seemed like she was weird too. But we were both at the Starbucks, you know, and when we saw each other, we gave each other a hug. It was like, oh, hey, nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to grab a coffee real quick before and we were going to sit outside. So we both go in, and the small talk's terrible. Like, small talk's so bad. And, like, I just didn't know what to do. I was like, man, this is so awkward. Like, I'm just not prepared for this. And anyways, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look after the coffee and stuff like that. And I don't know why this made me so uncomfortable. And guys, this is gonna sound so strange, okay? This is gonna be the weirdest part of the story, I think. I had the way this girl looked, she looked like she worked at a lingerie store. There was absolutely no reason for me to think this way. None of her pictures had her in like lingerie or anything. I know I'm getting a little detailed here, but just the way she looked, I had this strange hunch in the back of my head. I'm like, man, this girl looks like she'd work at like one of those lingerie clothes shops. Lo and behold, when I asked her where she works, because she had to go to work in a couple hours, she said in one of the lingerie stores in the mall. And that shocked me, guys. I was in the lineup when I asked this, and I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God. I'm just like so uncomfortable right now. Like I just knew this was gonna happen. How did I know this? So anyways, we grab the coffee, we go outside, sit down, and so the conversation begins. And as you would think, it got pretty awkward. We don't know each other really. And again, you know, we're both like attracted to each other. At least I'm thinking. That was my guess from the other side. I mean, she made the effort to come out and meet up, so clearly she thought of something of me. So I was trying to talk with her and have conversation with her and blah blah blah, and like the problem was, and I don't know if she was extremely uncomfortable herself, even though she seemed pretty fine when she was talking, was that she wasn't asking me questions. She didn't seem like she was interested in me. She wasn't like trying to make conversation with me. It was just like I was asking questions and she was just responding. And if I stopped talking, it would just be like awkward silence. So I'm just like getting really uncomfortable. I keep asking questions and blah blah blah, you know, things are getting really weird for me. And then she's just like, yo, did you want to go up to this specific coffee shop up the street from here? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And I'm thinking in my head, okay, cool, let's get out of this situation and move on here. So we go up the road. Things were going okay when we were talking and stuff like that. And we go into this coffee shop, and this is like one of those private coffee shops. And she's like, here, what did you want to get? And like literally, I didn't know this menu at all. Like there was like nothing clear on this menu. I was just like, what is this place? This is a weird place. And anyways, she's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll buy your coffee. And like, I was so like confused, cause like I was like, wait, what? Like I was just so I don't know. It was weird. I was weirdly overwhelmed. I didn't know the place we were at. I didn't want her to buy my coffee, but she did it anyway, and it was expensive too. So I was like, man. So anyways, we go upstairs, we sit down, and we start talking more. Conversation gets a little better, I guess. You know, we were talking a little bit about life and school, and actually, no, we weren't even really talking about life. We were just talking about like school and stuff. And then, you know, the time came where she had to go to work. So she essentially had planned this out, right? She was gonna do this coffee thing, this coffee meetup with me, and then she was gonna go to work in 3 hours, which she had. So clearly, I should have realized that like this was gonna be like a make or break thing for her. of course, like, because she was definitely like, if this goes wrong, I'll have to go to work anyways, and I'll never have to talk to this guy again. So I think the most uncomfortable part of this, where this interaction was going with this girl, was when we were both walking back to you know, where she worked, which was in the mall. And as we were walking back, this was when I was really struggling. I was like, oh my god, like, I don't know what to say. We're both just walking, no one's speaking. This is weird. I still barely know I still barely know anything about this girl. And then we get to the mall, and this is where we say our goodbyes, right? So I give her a hug. I'm like, hey, it was really cool meeting you and stuff like that. And, you know, hopefully we see each other again and stuff. And she's like, yeah, for sure. And then she like hugs me. And then as we walk away, right, the last thing I hear her say is good luck. Like, she's just like, good luck, and walks away. And I'm walking away. And I remember just being on the escalator as I was walking away. I'm like, good luck? What does she mean by good luck? And like, it was like the more I kept thinking about it, the more I was like, what the hell does that mean? What do you mean good luck? Like, and then, you know, it started becoming very clear that like this did not work out in any way, shape, or form for the better. And I was just repeating in my head, wow, are you serious? Like, good luck? Like, clearly she was just like, nope, good luck with your, you know, finding people. And you know what? Like, I'm gonna say this, it angered me really bad because it was my first time doing this and it was a terrible experience. And that kind of hurt hearing that. But at the same time, we were both strangers. This was a coffee date, essentially. And it was very clear she wasn't trying, which should have been a clear sign for me to just be like, you know what, whatever. Just gonna go now. And, you know, I guess back then I took it a lot harder than I should have. But nonetheless, it was a very interesting experience. And that's pretty much what happened, guys. But with this, on the end of this story, I want to leave a little bit of advice for you guys out there. When it comes to dating, things get awkward. Of course they get awkward. If you just met, especially, I'm not even talking online dating, just dating in general, especially if you barely know the person that you want to date. Dating is awkward because you guys don't know each other that well. But when you start to get to know each other better, you get more comfortable. And that's what makes things less awkward. Think of like your really good friends that you have. You're not uncomfortable around them because you know them. So imagine if you didn't know them at all. Like, imagine if just one day you didn't know them anymore and they were just who they were. You would again feel like you would to any stranger. So my advice is, guys, embrace the awkwardness of dating. Because as you peel back the layers and get to know each other better, you'll both get more comfortable with each other, and, you know, if there's something there, you'll both find it. That being said, though, guys, that is my story. I hope you guys did enjoy. This was definitely a bit of a personal story, but you know what, nonetheless, it's still fun. It's still fun to tell you guys this, and hey, that's the benefit I got out of it, was a nice story to tell, especially at like a party or something. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments below if you ever had an awkward situation after you like this, and I'll be sure to check them out. Alright, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, guys, take care and have a great day.